Hello, and thanks for joining today's conversation on People First Language. I'm Bryn McBride of ABC for Health, one of the partners on the Wisconsin Coverage Connections Project, a project designed to help connect children to health insurance in the state of Wisconsin. What are we talking about when we say People First Language? Well, it's a style of speaking that emphasizes the person, not the condition or disability that person has. It describes what a person has, not what a person is. And we're going to show you a couple examples of where this went awry, and you see it all of the time in the media. Why are we talking about it now? Because it's a way to make sure that we're speaking respectfully when we're talking to families, especially if there's special health care needs in that family. Here's an example of how to appropriately use people first language. She has a diagnosis of autism, a person who has deafness, or a person who has a physical disability. Now let me show you some of those people first fails I was mentioning out of the media. You see this across the board, and I sometimes blame the headline writers. They're trying to squeeze in a headline into a very short number of characters, and instead of using people first language, they go ahead and they put the disability before the person, as if the disability defines the person. That's not a respectful or efficient way of describing the people that you're working with. Now let's see a couple examples where some media outlets did it right. Why should we say someone is not a person with a person with an addiction, not an addict? That headline itself describes what people first language is. We also shared a social media post where they made sure that they use people first language even when the character limits are applied to make sure that they're speaking respectfully about a family. Why it's so important, we can't say this enough. It's about respect. There are 1 in 5 Americans that are living with a disability. We're talking about a lot of our friends and family and neighbors. We want to be sure that we define people by their characteristics and their attitude and their personality, and not by the health condition that they are living with. It's not being overly PC, it's being respectful. Now, you can read a lot about people first languages. If this is new to you, we have some sources that go into a little bit more detail and give other examples and share some stories. Also, keep your eye out for some of those media headlines. Send them our way if you find a couple of those people first fails or people first successes. I bet you're going to start noticing them a lot more now that we've called your attention to it. Before we let you go ahead and click on that pie chart. We're going to ask you a couple questions about this video, and you can weigh in and share some of your stories as well. Thanks for joining us.